Ooh, that is much better. Now let me around. Oh, way too close. Way too close. Oh man, just gonna tilt this. And my computer charger broke. This is what I. One does it, or we're just gonna have to work with this. Sorry for the very bad. Sorry for the very bad camera quality to the four of you who are here. Anyway, hey guys, welcome to a brand new live stream, and the first live stream we're doing since my computer. In case you didn't know, right here I got my computer charger, and it is of course happened last year, and it sucks. And I had so much stuff planned, but whatever. I've been doing things. We got 8 viewers in. Oh, 7 views. We like. There's more viewers than usual. Wow. Huh. I guess I timed, and it's going down. Whatever. Anyway, today we're going to be discussing the finale. Come along with an hour-long special. I just finished watching it, and if you can't tell, I was crying during that. Yes, I had to wash my face as soon as the thing ended. And however, I do have some opinions on the matter. Um, in the chat, tell me if the mic quality is terrible, because if it is, I'll plug in my headphones and use that as a mic. But other than that, we're just gonna get right in. And feel free to discuss along with me. I don't really have a special guest or anything like that planned. Since this is an unprepared mobile live stream, feel free to discuss along with me in the chat. And I believe, okay, yeah, the chat is guys are just not talking. I'll probably pull up this stream on my phone, my other phone. I have so many phones now. They're all garbage. Like ever since my one phone, the Kyocera phone, I don't have it with me right now. But you remember that blue phone I had? Ever since that broke, my mom has been getting me new phones. I'm pretty sure most of them are free. Like family, uh, they work at a phone place. They've been getting me phones. I have the worst luck with phones, and the ones that don't suck, my SIM card isn't compatible with. So just it's sucky. Okay. Um. So I use this phone for social media and this phone for calling, the one I'm streaming on right now. I'm gonna pull up the chat on this phone, but let's start right now. Come along with me. It was a great episode, and probably the one of the. It wasn't one of the best. It was one of the best Adventure Time episodes. Actually, it wasn't the best of all time, of course, but it was a great episode, and it's. Thank you, Meme Academy 101, because an inspiring message of Big Gay, I can see that I can get the chat. So you're talking to myself. Yes, every YouTuber is talking to themselves essentially. Hell, every entertainer talks to themselves essentially. But no, come along with me. It was such a good episode. That whole arc, like the Gumball story arc, that was basically all of season 10. That was all a ruse, okay? None of that mattered in the finale. I have complaints. We'll get into that after I'm done fangirling over this. But the whole like, oh, Gumball's back because the Elements saga basically reverted everything to their original state, and there was a bunch of stuff with Jake becoming a shapeshifter because of it, and the Lich becoming Sweet Pea was reverted to his original state. And if you don't know, he is the Lich. The Lich came back for a minute, but he teased what actually went down in the finale, but other than that, what actually went down in the finale had no build up whatsoever, except for a few short, and it was just so random, and no one could know what they were. No one could know. No one could have guessed it. Marceline is a lesbian with bubblegum. We'll get into that in a minute. I was screaming at that too. But Gumball story arc in season 10, none of that shit mattered. They did an excellent job of hiding what was actually going down in the finale. Cause like the penultimate episode before the finale, not the Minecraft special, that doesn't count. The episode Gumbaldia. We got 10 viewers in here. What the hell? 11. Okay, I'm just gonna keep talking because apparently this is working. It went down to 9. Fucking no. Okay, as I was saying, the episode before Come Along With Me, not the Minecraft episode, but the episode called Gumbaldia. At the end of it, like before the whole war thing started, Gumball basically gathered all the major villains from the first 5 seasons, and like basically they were a League of Villains type shit. There was even a joke with the Ice King. He said, "And the Ice King," and Ice King just said, I think I might be here by mistake, but whatever, I'll roll with it." And speaking of Ice King, oh my god, we got it. Oh, the Minecraft episode was very good. Yes, it wasn't important. It should not have aired like right next to the finale. It should have aired not in the final season. If they wanted to do a Minecraft episode, I feel like they should have done it when Minecraft was at its peak and not now. But it was a good episode. Yes, the Minecraft episode was good. It was really good actually, and if especially if you understand the references. It was a good last jokey hurrah for Adventure Time before this hell. But anyway, in Gumbaldia, he gathers all the villains from season 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And like it's this, oh my god, all the villains are here. How the hell are they going to get through this? It's going to be a war, a gum wars breaking out. And the advertisements for this special were so unbelievably vague. It was so advertising it was obviously advertising. It was advertising the war, like the Great Gum War. Like there was the Great Mushroom War, then there was the Great Gum War. Now we're having the Gum War. We're ending this off with the war of Bubblegum versus Gumball, and like Finn's gonna be like some sort of neutral shit, and they're trying to get them to make up. No, that was just like the first 15 minutes of the episode. They got that shit out of the way fast, because after that, wow, I cannot even put into words how like turn like a turn for the worse. Well, it wasn't a turn for the, I'm just so lost. Okay, this is just unplanned. I'm stuttering a lot. I'm saying like a lot. My camera quality is shit. My mic quality is probably shit too. This is just an unplanned. I got a fangirl over this. Okay, I'm trying to find the word. But it was just so out of left field. No one saw it coming except for the diehard fans who were deciphering every sentence in season 8, 9, and 10. No one saw it coming. There's this creature of death, just this giant meat of death called Golb, and it was teased in like a few episodes. Like Fitch came back, he mentioned the Golb. He said like he's the last archaeologist of Golb or something like that. And then in the Pillow episode, this is the best episode ever. Uh, you see, I like, well, as a standalone episode. Wow, I'm not sure what my favorite is. Huh. Well, this was a good episode. Just this giant meat of death comes out of nowhere. No, this is one of my biggest problems with the episode. It's they completely got rid of the intro and they did a new intro. It's set like thousands of years in the future, and it sets up the episode like they're going into the past. It's like these two reincarnations of Finn and Jake. I don't know their names, and I honestly don't care. They basically find Finn's arm, and as soon as I saw that, I was like, oh no, what is gonna happen to my, what's gonna happen to him? They just find his arm, his metal arm, not metal arm, just completely rusted, buried into the ground, and they go to the King of Ooh. Rip Finn and Jake, no, they didn't die. They go to the King of Ooh, and the King of Ooh is BMO. BMO's just still around, alive and kicking. They said I thought the King of Ooh was a myth. Nah, I've read up on it. Apparently he lives forever, and like they mess around and stuff. Pet and Mugman versus Photo Negative Mickey and Minnie. Google what the C in the series to end. I don't understand the phrasing of that sentence. Jalen Abe Mathy. I'm hoping I said that right. All of you, welcome to the stream, of course. And like they bring the arm to BMO. At first, like they start destroying a room filled with a bunch of artifacts from the whole series, and Bye. Enjoy your life on the other side of this door. Next up is The Amazing World of Gumball. Yes, that is the next major Cartoon Network show that's ending. This is the final season, and it's supposedly ending next year. It's not ending this year, but it is on its last season. On the topic of Gumball, real quick, once Gumball in, well, now that Adventure Time is, didn't it end? No, Gumball didn't end. It's still around. Now that Adventure Time is over, Gumball isn't the oldest show. I almost said CN Nick right now. Cartoon Network right now. You know what the oldest show airing on Cartoon Network now that Adventure Time has ended? It's not Gumball. It's Lego Ninjago, Master of Spinjitzu. That show needs to die right there. It really needs to die. Should have ended with the Snake Arc. Now we're talking about Adventure Time again. I just need to them because it's crazy. But they bring the Nemo recognizes the arm. He doesn't remember Finn's name. He vaguely remembers it. It's been thousands of years, and he basically the episode, and he said, "Do you know about the Great Gum War?" Finn's reincarnation says no. Well, get ready to turn your socks inside out. Some shit like that. I don't know. And we jump into the middle of the action. We skip like months. And Bubblegum's planning. Finn sees Betty, Normal Man, who's the king of Mars now, and some other chick, I forgot her name. They're like doing some weird voodoo magic shits. I knew she was up to something. I knew she was up to something involving Simon, but I couldn't expect her to bring out Gulm, who is just this vague character we know nothing about, and who honestly just came out of left field, which I feel they should have built up more. How does The Amazing World of Gumball end? It hasn't ended yet, so I don't know. Like, I feel they really should have built up Gulm more, and instead of just like a cameo in the Pillow episode, or just a couple name drops that we don't even know are name drops. Like, they're so far apart, and so just like one sentence, that's it. I just completely lost my train of thought there. Hold on. And like in them, they think they're on the Gumbaldian side. They go to report to Princess Bubble. Yeah, we're gonna call her that from now on. Gumblebum, and they basically walk in on her being crazy, wanting bloodthirsty. She wants blood oozing from Gumball's neck, and the war's basically gonna start. And we don't see anything about Betty until the end of the war, which is 15 minutes in, by the way. So basically, once the war starts, Finn tries to force Gumball, and I keep wanting to say Gumball. She forces Gumball and Gumblebum to make up, but that doesn't work. So he gets out like this little tube of death that leads them to like the Mindscape. I've seen the episode where that's from, but they basically a trip in the mind saying this is a dream. You need to make up, or we're not letting you out. But they don't make up, and Gumblebum and Gumball just completely fight. Fern is there too. He and Finn finally make up, and they reveal they have the same sort of torture, which is the Lich, and they defeat their demons together. And he and Fern defeat the little spider thing that infested the Finn sword, and basically has been holding the Finn inside Finn's. And it's basically what created Fern. But since they killed the little demon, that means Fern is basically gonna die, and he does die at the end of the episode. And with that out of the way, and Bubblegum are going through their own little trip, and Bubblegum realizes that he basically took Gumball's dream away from her and made her own kingdom, and she basically became Gumball. And she finally realized that her moral compass to rise to power has been messing with her over the years, and she tries to reconcile with her, but Gumball isn't gonna have that. But the aunt, I'm gonna call her the aunt. I already forgot her name. That memorable. The aunt says, "Yeah, I'm fine with it." He's not really for reconciling, but we got a treaty. So they get ready for they say from now on we're gonna have two candy kingdoms, and and then we come back to B mode. Like, that's the war. The war's over. That's 15 minutes in, by the way, of the hour. And we come back to B mode, and they say, "Wait, I thought this was about the end of the world or something, not the end of the war." And he said, "Oh, it is. That comes directly after the end of the war." And we cut to like normal man crashing through. He said, "We messed up big time." I'm just, "Oh, Betty, what did you do? What did you do, Betty?" We cut to the sky. There's a big wormhole, and we see the bottom of Gom come out. I was losing my shit at that point. I really screamed because my family was in the other room. But as soon as I saw that, because I just figured out what the hell Gom was today. Like, my marathon was going on TV. I was up here watching. Skipped a few episodes because really the only episodes they showed were season 1, 2, and 3 episodes, and only the filler episodes. They didn't really show any of the important episodes. But I was up here watching TV on my TV, of course, watching YouTube. I saw a video on my recommendation called, it was by Nerd TV, I think. It was what you need to know about Gone before the finale. It was this the fan art demonic shits. I was intrigued, and it turns out he was just like a character who made a cameo in the Pillow episode, and was name dropped by the Lich and Betty once. That's it. And then I go downstairs and the Pillow episode's on, and I see it for myself. He was fucking terrifying, but that's it. And then we watch the finale, and he's there. I immediately recognized him as soon as, like, it only showed his bottom half, and then it just cut to commercial. It was crazy. I didn't actually expect it, though. Like, he just made a cameo and then 2 name drops. I was so confused. That's one of the main problems I had with this episode, was that they didn't do anything with the little war plot that they had built up at the end of season 9 and throughout season 10. They didn't do anything with that, and they just threw it all out in favor of Gom, which I'm fine with. For the like 6 people who actually knew about him knew he was going to be Endgame. I didn't. I didn't even expect him to be there at all. But he is Endgame. He's basically the end all be all. He was an all powerful monster and creates monsters, basically kills everyone, and causes the end of the world, or so it would seem. And Normal Man basically yells at Ice King and go up to Betty and stop Betty, because because what she's trying to do is she summoned Gom, and she's trying to harness his powers. So, and he goes up there. Ice King recites basically how the words that he proposed to Betty to when he was Simon, and that wakes her up. She yells at him saying, "What? I'm doing all this to fix you, me." And unlike regular show, we didn't lose a fan favorite. No, Fern died. Betty was a fan favorite. She died. I cried every time. I fixed Simon, but Betty died. That was too. I like that she died though. It comes out she's dressed. It's dressed like Betty, so it's implied that she died. And Gom absorbed her like entire being. Because when they get to that part first, and Finn's up there with Finn's up there with ice cream, and they accidentally fall into Gom's mouth. Betty, Ice King, and Finn, and they're in there, and they're literally being squished. Gom bites Finn's arm off, the metal one, and it's just lying there in the ground. And that's when Simon gets fixed. Basically, the inside of Gom dematerializes all the magic out of them, Betty and Simon, and it basically returns them to their original form before they got magic inside of them, and it turns them, both of them. It fixes Betty, it fixes Simon, and Simon is fixed. And that's a permanent thing now too. It's not just like a temporary thing. The crown's broken at that point, but they can't find a way out, and it looks like it's the end for them. And Simon and Betty share a kiss, and Finn is just trying to get them out, panicking. And he says, "Well, I always figured that if I was to go, it'd be go saving someone." and they basically accepted their deaths. And meanwhile, everyone's getting their asses handed to them outside of Gom's stomach. And they didn't touch Huntress Wizard though, so that's all fine by me. They didn't touch Huntress Wizard, but they did touch Flame. I'm gonna have to go down there to CN Studios and have a little talk. But Princess Bubblegum died. She basically dies fighting a monster if she didn't have her special armor on. Marceline loses her shit, and all the powers that she gained in the Stakes story arc come out at once. She turns into that dark cloud at the final episode of Stakes, and basically destroys, eviscerates the one monster like that killed Princess Bubblegum. But Princess Bubblegum is okay. Because if she wasn't wearing that armor, she'd be dead. But she said, oh, I designed this armor specifically so if I died, I could come back once. And they reconcile, saying Marceline says like, I don't want to lose you again. My biggest fear was when we were done is that I wouldn't be able to be there to protect you. And they finally share a kiss. Marceline and Princess Bubblegum finally fucking kiss. It's not just one of those little pecks on the cheek or the peck on the lip. No, they full solid 5 seconds, and then they get their asses handed to them. Yes, bubble line all the way. Um, what I was gonna say, it's canon now. It's canon now. Iron's not really touchy about. What do you mean? Don't worry. I'm so glad Cian's not really touchy about plus stuff now. I'm not gonna get too much into it, but in Reunited, the Steven Universe episode, they didn't even Sapphire's kiss. I was happy about that. And then Jeff's mom. It's so cool seeing this. I won't get too much into that. Bubblegum finally becoming a thing after it was this a will they won't they situation, even though in the comics they had no problem doing that, but here, now that we're at the end, they don't give a shit, so they just let him do it. And it's at this point where everyone got their asses handed to them except Jake. So Jake basically forms into the shapeshifter and starts handing the monster's ass to him, like on a silver platter too. This isn't a silver platter; it's a mug. Bug. He hate Clarence ended this year, but I didn't care. Yeah, no, Temple ended last year. This isn't a silver platter, but he first asked to him in this cup until the monster basically poured it out, grabs Jake's ass, put it in there, and handed it to Jake. It was cool, but then the monster destroys like the treehouse is just gone, everything's dead, and Bemo's inside there too when Jake comes over there to see if he's okay. Like he's freaking gone. Bemo's there, but he just has like a crack in his head. And then he says, Jake, you and Finn have both risked your lives to protect us all these years, but sometimes we're gonna get hurt. How about you let me be the dad this time? And he sings the beautiful song of Time Adventure written by Rebecca Sugar herself. It made that's the point of where I was crying because I listened to that song, I just teared up. Steven Universe is better. Okay. Um. Well, to me, it's better too. I follow Steven Universe more than it. But I do like Adventure Time too. He sings the beautiful song of Time Adventure by Rebecca Sugar, and I play it on my phone, but fuck it, copyright isn't a thing. That's where I cried. Yeah, I started crying too. The song is so beautiful though. Time that's not well spent. That's why in the present tense, it seems unforgiving thing ends. But you and I will always be back, and you and I will always be back then. I don't know all the words to it. I listened to Rebecca Sugar sing it here. I'm gonna try to play it on my radio right now. I have it back here so we can play Come Along with Me at the end of the stream. Hold on. Time Adventure. I'm gonna pull this shit up. Wait, I thought you quit YouTube. We don't talk about. We're putting this shit on right now. Hold on. Oh, come on. Got it, I think. Think this is it. To the 18 viewers. In the present tense. Living when a good thing ends. But you and I will always be back then. You and I will always be back then. Singing, things happened, and then it shows footage of basically the monsters destroying everything in the show. And I thought that's where it was gonna end. I thought it was over at that point. Like, you're not gonna end it like this. The end of the world with this beautiful song playing. I thought that's where it was gonna go. I'm losing my voice. It was such a beautiful song, and I get to sing it. Everyone gets to sing it. It was so. The hell? Ah, there it is. But basically, this song is what played, and that's basically when they defeated Glob. And they were able to get Finn and Simon out because the song put a hole in Glob, and that's basically Glob's weakness is... Glob's weakness is music. See, like, listen. It's the harmony. Harmony hurts them. My art is a and they basically defeated Glob with music, the best song in the entire show. And it put a hole in Glob, and Finn and Simon were able to escape. They would have got Betty out, but she said, I have to fix this. I can use... Tree Trunks is dead. No, she's not. And she said, I can use the crown to basically banish Glob. Gob. And she does it, but it doesn't work. And she dies, but... And, like, Gob was too strong to... Gob was too strong to banish with the crown, so she says, just give me the power to protect Simon then. Save Simon. And she saves Simon, but she dies in the process. She gets crushed in Gob's stomach. At least that's what's implied. And... What's it? And Betty basically died in Gob's stomach. But Simon is saved, Gob is banished, and Simon is saved. And a beautiful tribute to the rest of the show. By the way, Planet at the Treehouse. A beautiful tribute for the show. Come Along With Me plays while it shows everyone out. The main character going on with their lives. LSP becomes the Lumpy Space Dimension. Finn and Jake, like Jake, yes, Finn and Jake's children. No, Jake and Rainicorn's children grow up and have children of their own. The basement dog, I forgot what his name. Huntress Wizard and Finn, they kind of end up together. It was kind of weird. He graduates from school. Simon is basically like a dad to Marceline still, and like they are happy together. And PB, Gumbo Bum, there it is. Gumbo Bum and Marceline live out their lives happy together with Simon as kind of like their dad. And it was so beautiful. And then we cut to the future where the next incarnation of Finn and Jake go like continue Adventure Time, and that's how Adventure Time ends. It was so good. And I basically recapped the entire episode for you. Sorry if you didn't actually watch. What did I think of the episode? Well, I have some opinions. Like I said at the beginning of the stream, my main problem with this is that they didn't do shit with the main 10, which was the Gumball, the war. They didn't do shit with that. It was all the ruse. But I do have to hand it to Cartoon Network. They hid Golb perfectly. Like, they didn't even give any hints that Golb was going to be. They're only all they did was they made it seem like the whole thing was going to be about the Gum War, but the Gum War was just the first 15 minutes, and the rest of it was Golb, and they hid that perfectly. No one could have expected that except for the few people who was a thing, like me that afternoon. If I didn't watch that video, I would have been flipping my shit. What if they changed the Come Along With Me song to the Summer Camp Island theme song? Uh, I don't even think I've ever watched that. I might have to get on that. But that's my main complaint with the episode. It really didn't do shit to wrap up season 10. It just kind of threw everyone in hell. Like, Gumball didn't even get any redemption whatsoever. He still tried to, what's the word? Douse Gumbo Bum in Dum Dum Juice. He didn't get any redemption whatsoever. That didn't get any resolution. The ant just doused it on him and said, what the fuck? We can have 2 Candy Kingdoms. And then we jumped right into hell. And the runtime. The runtime definitely needed to be an hour long, and it could have had more things. One of my main complaints is a lot of it, like a lot of the special is jumping back to BMO and the reincarnation of Finn and Jake. A lot of it is jumping back, and it's quite annoying actually. Like, the first 2 minutes is the nation's just like not even the first 2 minutes. First 3 of them fucking around trying to find the King of Ooh, and that kind of bothered me, man. Like, it's clear like they needed an extended runtime, but they could only have an hour, but they didn't necessarily hour. They either could have had it like a 30-minute special, or maybe like a half hour special, like a 30 special, or 40 minutes, and they could have just had the hour-long special and done without the whole future shit, or they could have just had it at the end. That was one of the things that just broke the pacing of the episode, was just the future ships, and replacing with the theme song was pretty ominous, but they could have spent less time on it. It episode quite a bit, but other than that, a lot of loose ends of the show either don't get tied up whatsoever, only get tied up in that little scene at the end, or get forcefully tied up. Like, for example, I'm really... Oh my god, I'm dying over here. My voice is dying. I'm really, really happy Simon got fixed. However, I don't like how he got fixed. Like, they're just in the stomach of Golb, and they just give the bullshit explanation of, oh, he must be digesting us. He's bringing us to our original state. Like, this is exactly how they said it. To our only... Ugh. Sorry, the Wi-Fi went out there for a second. Is everyone okay? People who didn't like this finale in the first place. I'm not saying, trust me, the finale was pretty much everything I could have hoped for. Like, they fixed Simon. Golb made an appearance after I found out it was a thing that afternoon. Jake didn't die. None of the major characters that I actually liked died except for Betty. I didn't really care for Fern. Fight me on that. Characters got a chance to shine except for the Huntress Wizard, and that pissed me off. Side characters got their own little resolutions at the end in that whole little thing. The music hole made another appearance. It was to find out what actually happens in the future. Does the world get destroyed? Actually intact, and BMO is still alive. Is the King of Ooh in the future, and that's pretty cool. I didn't hate I wished for, but some of the things I could have done without. Like, and they didn't do anything to the Fiona sucks. Well, that's the thing though. I'm a little disappointed with that, but how could they though? Um, they've done something with it because the last Fiona and Cake episode, which was called Fiona, revealed that the world of Fiona and Cake, and it's like in another dimension, and it's basically Ice King thing, and it's in the crown. They could have done something with that. That was a nice closure to the Fiona and Cake thing, because if you don't know, Fiona and Cake isn't canon. Adventures that happen in that, they aren't canon, but like the fictional characters until Fiona and Cake, even then they're just fictional time. And even then, not really anyone wanted a gender bent Adventure Time when Fiona and Cake came out. So I wish they could have done something with Fiona and Cake, but how could they? And also, John, my man, John, I see you. I saw that, John. I saw that yeet yeet. And you said Ice King couldn't be Ice King anymore. He's Simon now. And Simon has Ice King's memories. Like, he knows everyone. He knows Finn. He knows Princess Bubblegum. He doesn't. There's no point. They could have made at least a mention in the finale, but I feel like Fiona was a nice little bow to wrap up on that kind of pointless series within a series, like revealing that they are real out there. They couldn't really have done anything more than that. That's not really. But as I was saying before the internet went out, uh, some of the loose ends didn't get tied up as well as I hoped. Like Ice King getting fixed, like I said, it was some reason like they were returning to their primitive and get returned to his primitive form. Why didn't his arm grow back? My ex was the earlier in the stream was probably the one they should have gone with, saying all the magic out of us, and because Betty's magic and Ice King's magic, and they fixed them. But I believe that's all the complaints I had with it. Like I said, a little rushed, but some of the parts were a drag. And Golem coming out of nowhere, that was kind of out of left for a fantastic finale. Anyways, the Adventure Time finale was something. It, it was something that I could have. I have no idea where that was going, but the Adventure Time finale was everything for an Adventure Time finale. I just wish it could have had a more, like, I expected Time Adventure to be at the end. Huh, never mind. Anyway, at least it didn't do a cop out like Samurai Jack. Yeah, hey, it's not Joel. It's but anyway, I wish it could have had a more emotion. I was expecting Time Adventure to be at the end, and they would play the entirety of Come Along with Me at the end. I just played, and then they could have had the little ditty with the musical, and then Come Along with Me could play. I wish it could have been a more emotional, because during the Gravity Falls finale, I was bawling because it was an emotional ending. During Hey Arnold the Jungle movie, I was bawling my shit out because it was an emotional ending. Adventure Time, I can't say I was bawling my shit out at the end. I can say I did bawl my shit out during the middle when Time Adventure did play. And I did get a little teary-eyed when Come Along With Me started playing. But I was not bawling my shit out. Me started playing. So that's why I feel they should have saved the end. And I feel they should have just kept singing it, because a little tribute to Marceline's mom, plays Marceline's mom, little tribute to her, and she has a fantastic, and the only her singing it was perfectly fine. Whatever, it was basically music to win, sing to win. All the main characters that aren't Finn, Ice and Betty singing it. That was perfect. Anyway, that's really all I've got to say. We're gonna play Come Along With Me now and end the stream. And while I get this set up, let me give you a little insight on what's going on with the channel. If you don't know, I uploaded a video called "Why I'm Quitting YouTube." That was some bullshit. We were playing Truth or Dare in math class, and they dared me to upload the most clickbait title saying I have the, and then the actual video, I have the big gay, and that's what that was. I'm not quitting anytime soon. Don't worry. But what's actually computer charger broke. I'm so happy I was able to get the mic before it broke though. Fuck you on that dare, by the way. Ethan Chong dared me to do it, by the way. So don't worry. But I'm so glad I was able to get the Milo video out before my computer charger, because that would have been terrible if the computer charger broke right before I need to buy another computer charger. If you don't, it's a piece of shit, and it needs to stay on the charger at all times. Otherwise, so it has to be on the charger. So I need it. If you want to know what type of charger this is, and you want to help me ship to me, I can't tell. It's a C adapter. It has a kind of thick edge. It's about thick. Hold. Help me out, brothers. Help me out. I will buy it myself. Please don't mail it to me. But the next video I have planned is a review for Teen Titans Go to the Movies. And if you don't know the Milo video, if you stay after the credits, you see there's a little scene where Milo is added to the main art of the new intro. And that's the thing I want to be doing. Every time a new major character or thing or that is introduced or featured in a video, I'm gonna add them to the art. Like, for example, as soon as the Teen Titans Go review comes out, we're adding Finn to the art, because I can't really do that without a computer right now. Otherwise, I do it now live. But oh well. Anyway, let's have a little sing along, I guess. We're gonna play "Come Along With Me" now as a last little trick. I bawled my shit out during the last 15 minutes because, oh, no, I was reading that. No! Fine, I'll pull it up on the phone. We're not playing "Come Along With..." I'll do a last little read over of the chat so I could, I can actually see what you guys are saying. Alright. World of... Hi, up here in the search options. Also, the support for this stream specifically has been overwhelmingly positive, man. Like, I think this is our most viewed stream that wasn't rated. This stream is really good. Thank you guys. Like, we peaked 20 this stream. That's unusual. Thank you guys. It's clear that y'all want me back. Oh, I'm like that quiet. Add Parker to your Artful. I will. I will once I friends art an art style thing. All right. So you said I bawled my shit out during the last 15 minutes because this show was my childhood. And when Come Along With Me played, we saw a lot of characters from the first season to now. It was just beautiful. Yes. Adventure Time meant a lot for me. I remember watching it the day it came out after season 5, not because of the actual show itself, but because it was not season. It was like the season in 2013, because basically a tornado destroyed my house and I lost everything on the DVR, and I kind of forgot to record it off. Adventure Time means a lot to me, and I'm really thankful for all it's done. I really like the Stakes miniseries. I'm glad Solution, and it was a good show, and it was such a fitting And I swear to God, if they come out with a Flash-oriented series in a decade, I'm literally going to CN Studio snap a neck. They're already about to ruin this with comics. You're not ruining it with an actual TV series. Cool? Cool. Anyway, let's go to a cliff under a tree now. Come along with me, butterflies and bees. We can love the forest and do so as we please. Come along with me to a cliff under me, where we can gaze upon the water as an everlasting dream. All of my collections, I'll share them all with you. Maybe by next summer we will have changed our tune. We're still ones to be, with the butterflies and bees, making up new numbers and living so merrily. All of my collections, I'll share them all with you. You always and always be with you. Come along with me, the butterflies and bees, through the forest. Shit. Anyway, as I was saying, you come along with me, and the butterflies and bees, we through the forest, do so as we please, living so merrily. Alright. Thank you guys so much for watching. And as always, take care. And thank you, Adventure Time. 10 years of bliss. Goodbye.